There are more than 7 million carers in the UK working long hours with little thanks to look after loved ones. 3 in 5 of us will do it at some point in our lives, and it takes up enormous personal and financial resources. In 2013, this series saw the struggle of Sue and Paul Rutherford, who are caring for their grandson Warren while battling their own health issues. The family were hit by the removal of the spare room subsidy, dubbed by some critics the bedroom tax, which would effectively cut the payments they received. This controversial welfare reform is designed to ensure that people aren't living in bigger homes than they need at the taxpayer's expense. The idea is that they have a choice, either move to a smaller home or face a cut in housing benefit. This has been a particular problem for people with disabilities who often live in specially designed homes and need extra space.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Today, the Rutherfords have come to the Court of Appeal to try and change the system.
I'm gagging for a coffee.
They've come all the way from Pembrokeshire in Wales.
Whew. So here we are.
Can't believe this day's here now.
No? Sort of excited, worried, scared. I don't know.
Sue and Paul Rutherford care for their 14-year-old grandson Warren full-time at home. He has an extremely rare chromosome disorder and needs care 24 hours a day.
He's autistic to an extent. He has epilepsy, he has learning difficulties, communication problems. He can't, well, unless you know him very well, he can't communicate.
They live in a 3-bedroom bungalow that was specially built for Warren. It has a small extra bedroom which is used for storing equipment such as his bulky wheelchair, and in which one day will sleep the full-time carer he'll eventually need.
Warren's lovely to look after, but it is very hard work. I have to literally do everything for him, like wash him, dress him, clean his teeth, nappies. He's in 24/7. I think we feel more about it than he does, probably, you know. Oh, if only Warren could walk, if only Warren could talk, but having not ever done it, we don't really know how he feels about that.
As full-time carers, the family's reliant on benefits, so they don't have a penny to spare. But in 2013, they were shocked to discover they would lose around £60 a month for having the extra bedroom under the new welfare legislation. It was money they simply couldn't afford. Even though the money had been taken from their benefits, they then had to apply to the council for a discretionary grant to reimburse them. The first time they were refused due to the fact that the council took into account Warren's disability living allowance as extra income. This allowance is all needed to look after Warren and purchase specialist equipment. The Papworth Trust campaigns on issues affecting people with disabilities. When they heard about the Rutherfords, they were keen to help.
We were really surprised that the Rutherfords had been turned down for a discretionary housing payment because they seemed like such a needy case. They were living in a specially adapted property and there wasn't really anywhere for them to downsize to.
And if they were forced into a smaller, unadapted property, they'd no longer be able to look after Warren.
Warren would need to go into residential care, which would be at a cost of about £5,000 a week.
Although they did eventually get their discretionary payment for this year, there's still the ongoing uncertainty that they may be forced from their home. Their plight caught the attention of another charity, Child Poverty Action Group, who agreed to help them. They want to change the law so that a child with severe disability, such as Warren, is entitled to the extra space in his home to meet his needs.
Well, the best case scenario is that we win the case and the judges order the government to change the law to exempt families with disabled children from this spare room subsidy, as they call it, but everybody else in the UK knows it as the bedroom tax.
As the family walk into court, the media waits with anticipation.
We just hope that for us and for all the other families out there,
judging me today?
This is an important case today. There are a significant number of children in the UK who are so severely disabled that they need carers to come and stay overnight. This case has the potential to benefit all of those families.
Go on. As for how it's gone, who knows? Well, I was going to say it's in the lap of the gods, but it's in the lap of the judge now. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know when we're going to get the judgment. So it could be, you know, next week, week after. No idea.
Paul and Sue worked tremendously hard to look after their grandson Warren. This whole process has been extremely stressful for them, and they've got the fear hanging over them that they may lose their home, Warren's home, as a result.
Two weeks later, the Rutherfords were informed that they'd lost their case at court. They now plan to appeal this decision and will continue to fight for all families with a severely disabled child to be entitled to a room for carers or equipment. The spare room subsidy or bedroom tax continues to hang over their heads.